Hey, how's it going? Back again with another video. This is going to be a quick ranking of the Alien franchise from 6 to 1. Just my preference, my personal favourites. You'll get a little insight into what I think of the franchise. And I'll tell you straight up, I'm a big fan of it. I love the original Alien, and I'd imagine in the late 70s it was quite a revolutionary film, with it being quite varied and large in scope. And then, of course, you've got Aliens, which is an even bigger and more ambitious film as a sequel. Different directors. You had Ridley Scott doing the first film, and then 10 years or so later, or maybe less or a little bit more, you had James Cameron doing Aliens. I thought it was a good time to do the ranking with the 4K of Aliens being released recently. I haven't got around to watching that yet as I'm recording this video. I just have seen the film a few times and I know where it ranks. I know where I'm going to place it in the franchise ranking. I won't go on too much. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I think. But yeah, Alien, just a fantastic horror film set in space. You know, action thriller. You got the chest bursters coming out of people. You know, just the special effects are so like icky and gooey. It's just utterly fantastic. Very bloody film. It's kind of like a slasher almost, because the alien, it's just one alien. Unlike the rest of the films in the franchise, just one alien on a spacecraft with the crew stalking them. It's basically like a slasher with an alien, is the kind of how I like to sort of like interpret it. But yeah, fantastic movie. And then, of course, like I said, the bigger ambitious film Aliens, with more aliens. You've got the Queen, plenty going on, more characters, you know, more spacecrafts, and yeah, just a bigger, more ambitious film. Anyway, let's start with number 6. So I won't do any ranking title cards on this video because I just wanted to do a quick one. This is very just sort of almost like a little off the cuff video, just very quickly. So number 6 in the ranking is Alien 3. Now, I'm not too keen on this film, and I'll give you a few reasons why. I'm just going to check some information quickly. So yeah, 1992 film, third film in the franchise. And yeah, I'm just not too keen on the look of the film. The alien looks pretty good and stuff. The look of the film aesthetically and the storyline just doesn't do it for me. It's set sort of in this kind of like prison. Yeah, well, I say kind of, it's a prison. And Ripley's trapped in there, and obviously the aliens become aboard, and there's all that going on. I just didn't like the film. There's a lot of like sort of mediocre to me, like boring scene set in this prison where it's just all got a very similar look to it, and the walls, it's just like plain walls, like stone walls and things going on. It does warrant a rewatch, like don't get me wrong, but yeah, never really took to this one when I watched it. I've only seen it once. I know there's a couple of cuts of the film as well, but yeah, coming in at number 6, Alien 3. This is just a sort of bare bones Blu-ray. I'd get every film in the franchise on 4K if they get released, possibly. Although I did pick up Covenant again recently, and I just got the Blu-ray because I didn't think I needed that one on 4K. But I have the ones that I really love on 4K. So, but Alien 3, maybe pick it up on 4K if it ever gets one. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. You got this release, had a bit of bubble wrap in there. Just got a disc like that. Pretty bare bones release, but yeah, not a fan at all. Ranks really low to me. I wouldn't even give it a good rating. I know it's got the xenomorph in there and Ripley, you know, and some like okay characters, but yeah, it just doesn't do anything for me, Alien 3. Really not too keen. Now, I don't know what you'll think of this, but coming in at number 5 in the ranking is Alien Covenant. Now, I have this Blu-ray edition. I've seen the film a couple of times. I think it was released in 2017. Yeah, I just double checked. 2017 it got released. Yeah, I'm just basically, I paused there because I was trying to think whether it's direct. Yeah, I believe this is directed by Ridley Scott. It says so on the back. So you've got like the original Alien directed by him, Prometheus, and then Covenant. Covenant is a sequel to Prometheus, so it's almost a prequel to like Alien, Aliens, Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. So this falls into the prequel category. You've got some interesting stuff going on. It shows a little bit more of what happened to the engineers who created the Xenomorph and the human race. I'm just trying to find something out. So it's set on this planet where I forget what the damn character's called now. I really can't remember what it's Michael Fassbender's character, who's basically a droid. I can't for the life of me remember what his character's called. I need refreshing, seriously, so sorry about that. But Michael Fassbender's character is a droid, and he's basically took the spaceship. He's basically landed on a planet, and he's took out the, he takes out the engineers and things like that a little later in the film, from what I can remember. And it's got a climax of the film where he's basically got some nasty plans. So it's he's very much involved, that android character. And yeah, you've got a new crew. There's good special effects. It's got chest burster action, face huggers. This has a lot more aliens and xenomorphs and nenomorphs. I think it's mainly the nenomorph in this one again, like Prometheus. But Prometheus only has like a sort of like a very short scene of that, featuring that alien. In Covenant, you've got like a plethora of like nenomorphs. I think they went a little bit more all out with the alien action. To me, it's nowhere near as good as Prometheus. I'll get to that shortly. But yeah, Covenant, fairly good. Looks good. Big budget film, looks really nice and shot well. It's just ranks a little lower for me. I find it quite fun though. And it's quite a dark film as well. It's got a bit more of an sort of, let's say, brooding tone to it. I don't know. A little bit darker though. That's number 5 anyway in the ranking. Yeah. So, coming in at number 4 is one that most people hate. They find it ridiculous. They think it's silly, no good, like just a bad movie in general. And I'll admit, yeah, it's a pretty bad film. It's not the best canon in the Alien franchise, let's say. But coming in at number, number 4, Alien Resurrection. I know a lot of people don't like this. I thought it was fun. I'm not going to go too far. I don't think it's an overly ambitious film like some of the entries in the franchise, but it's definitely interesting. You've got Ripley back in it, Sigourney Weaver playing her. You've got even Ron Perlman's in it. I mean, it's always cool to see Ron Perlman. He's in the film. It's about, they're basically like trying to escape a ship where the xenomorphs are. This is from what I can remember. Again, as I say a lot on this channel, and it's very, very true. It warrants a rewatch. But yeah, Alien Resurrection, yeah, it's quite a bad entry. Doesn't make that much sense narratively with some of the other films. And they did make some sort of like risky choices with the character of like Ripley and stuff in this one. Like, and I don't think a lot of fans like that. I try to just see it for what it is, and it's just a fun entry. There's plenty of xenomorph action, plenty of guns and things like that. It's a good action movie, I think. Good, solid, silly action movie, like. But yeah, Alien Resurrection coming in at 3. I'm just going to say I find it fun. I don't love the film or think it's a masterpiece or even one of the best entries into the franchise. And to be fair, it could have been a little bit better, let's say. But I do like it for what it is, and I prefer it to Alien 3. And I even prefer it to Covenant, which I don't mind at all. Alien 3 is the only Alien movie I actually don't like. The rest of them I like. That's 6, dead last, as you saw, Alien 3. That's the only one I don't like. The rest of the franchise I think is pretty good, and some of them just excellent movies. But there's Alien Resurrection anyway. So that's at number 4. I think I said number 3 a couple of times, but anyway, going on a little bit. So my 3 favourites now, and I love these movies. All 3 of them are just fantastic. I think they're great canon into the franchise, and they're so interesting. They're big budget, they've had a lot of effort put into them. They're ambitious films, the xenomorphs look great, and the nenomorphs. And that's where this one comes in. Prometheus from 2012. Yeah. This is a recent 4K pickup for me. I still haven't watched the 4K. I had a Blu-ray and a steelbook, but I decided to sell the steelbook because all the discs were stacked on top of each other, and I had Alien on 4K individually, and I thought, let's have the whole franchise individually on a Blu-ray and 4K instead of having this steelbook, which had lovely artwork. By all means, it looked great. It's just, I thought, I don't like the idea of them being stacked on top of each other, and they're so hard to get out and fiddly. I just thought, I'm not having none of that. I'll sell this, made a bit of money on it, sold it for a decent price, and decided to get them all individually. So here's Prometheus. It's about the engineers, it's about this crew. They go to a planet to try and discover the origins of human life. Very interesting concept. When they get there, they encounter like the face huggers that come out of the pods, and things develop from there. They're stuck on this planet. Well, they're not exactly stuck. They went there. The ship's landed. The ship's stationary. The crew are kind of stuck a little bit in the middle of nowhere, trying to uncover things and where the engineer, who the engineers are and where they come from. And that's when they happen to come across some like ancient technology that's far more advanced than anything human civilization has ever developed. They come across that, and they start to unravel the mystery of like how humankind was created. And they also learn that the engineers also made a mistake and created a parasite virus. That is the alien, that is the xenomorph, that also becomes the xenomorph in the other films. It's the xenomorph in this one. It's like a white, sort of pale variation. So they discover that they made a parasitic virus as well as the humans, and yeah, things go from there. It gets taken on. Someone, obviously a face hugger, implants a chest burster into a member of the crew. They go back on board, and that goes down, and they're trapped on board the spacecraft towards the end climax of the film with a xenomorph. So not too many aliens in this. There's not a lot of that. It's I know Alien only has one alien in it, but there's far more scenes showing that creature. Alien's full of them, and the other films as well. But Prometheus just has the one xenomorph, which I find quite unique in the franchise because it focuses on different things, like the origins of where we come from, and the whole idea of the engineers and who are they, and the virus they've developed, as well as like human beings and things like that. And I find that interesting because there's a lot of theories about humans possibly being engineered by aliens. In our like sort of history, there's like certain material from like many years ago, like ancient drawings and tablets with diagrams on that possibly depict us being created by an alien species and engineered. I personally don't believe in that, but it's still very, very interesting. Like I say, I don't believe in that. I just find it interesting that throughout history, in the past, in ancient times, they did contemplate the possibility of us being engineered by aliens. And that's why I find this an interesting film, because that's kind of like a thing that humans have thought sometime through some periods in history. I don't know too much about that topic. I just have seen a few documentaries. There's also that Ancient Aliens program that used to be on, where they basically talk about that sort of subject matter. I personally didn't like that show. I thought it was slightly hokey. It had some quite interesting sort of bits in there, but I see it as fiction really, and them just trying to like create this narrative of that. But yeah, there is some like legit, apparently some legitimate like old artifacts and tablets with depictions of us being basically engineered by aliens. And I think that idea was taken like by the creators of Prometheus, like Ridley Scott, and he wanted to expand the alien universe. So this is a prequel to the first film, so it's set years before, and yeah, it covers that subject matter that I just went over. So I'll leave it on that. But Prometheus, fantastic, big budget film, looks fantastic, great acting, great cast, great special effects. The xenomorph looks fantastic in there. I like the whole pale variation, different to the xenomorph. I think I prefer the xenomorph. Looks a bit more scary, but like the xenomorph's cool as well. But that's Prometheus in at number 3, and I love that film. One of my favourite sci-fi films by a long way. So we're down to the second. before last, meaning the top two. Not to get confused because we've gone from 6 to 1. So it was a hard one to do, and I could change my mind on this depending what mood I'm in, but I decided to go with it number 2. You know, no bias because one of the films has just been released on 4K or anything like that, because I haven't even watched the new 4K as I've recorded this video. So coming in at number 2 is the original Alien. Brilliant film, fantastic. I went over it a little bit at the beginning. It's almost like a slasher set in space, like a slasher movie with an alien as the killer. This alien's going around, got aboard the ship, and it's going around stalking the crew. You've got Sigourney Weaver's character Ripley, who is like trying to take it out and trying to defend herself. The crew's been picked off one by one. The xenomorph looks fantastic. I can imagine this being, again, like quite a revolutionary film at the time. Maybe not like, perhaps that's a bit of an overstatement, revolutionary, but I can imagine this being like a very a huge hit, which it was. So I don't even need to imagine that, but like it was a huge hit at the time from what I've read, and like I say, I'd say it's quite an progressive film, with it being kind of like sci-fi but slash horror, and it's very quite big budget and stuff like that, a little ambitious and stuff as well. Great film, Alien. Yeah, I love it. That's in at number 2. So obviously there's one left, and that's Aliens. Just got the 4K. Not watched it yet. I've seen the film multiple times. I just haven't watched the 4K yet. It's quite a long one, Aliens. Like I say, depending on my mood, I could change between Alien and Aliens, depending, you know, as the top spot. But I'm going to go with Aliens because it's just, Aliens a fantastic film, but it's a little more linear. This is longer, which is not always best with films. Sometimes I like a nice short, straight to the point, straight to the action movie, you know, narrative told within 90 minutes. But then sometimes, like a film like Aliens, it's so ambitious and it looks fantastic, special effects, great directing, good acting, a lot of fun. I think with Alien being, and the first film, Alien, being sort of like a slasher movie with an alien set in space, I'm going to say like a horror sci-fi movie, Aliens is just like an all-out big budget like action movie. Like I wouldn't really even say this has horror elements. It has horror elements with the kills and the alien, you know, the xenomorphs killing people and the gore. Yeah, bit of horror there, of course, adjacent, but overall it's just a big budget action movie. It's more ambitious than the first film, and of course, to furthermore, to plead its case as being number 1, it has more aliens, there's more xenomorphs, so you can't go wrong. Yeah, fantastic movie. Looking forward to seeing the 4K as well. It's a long one as well. It's about 154 minutes, I think. I'm just trying to see on the back if I can. Yeah, 154 minutes approx. So that's like, yeah, well over like 2 hours and a half. So pretty long movie, coming on to 3 hours, but it's epic. It's big. It's like in your face. There's the alien queen at the climax of the film that the characters have to try and overcome and take out. But yeah, I love Aliens, and it's my favourite in the franchise. Anyway, that was my ranking of the Alien films. So hope you enjoyed this video. Just a quick one. Normally I do like a little bit more, a few whistles and bells on my ranking videos. You know, like when I say it's the 6th film in the ranking, I'll put a number 6 up and things like that with some music. But I just wanted to do a straight to the point video talking about the Alien franchise, which I just think is a fantastic franchise. Bar Alien 3, which I don't like at all. Alien 3, I don't know if there's anything wrong with me, but I just found it a bit dull and not that interesting. Anyway, that's my ranking of the Alien franchise. So thanks for watching. I'll do a review on the Aliens 4K when I've got to watching it, which will be very, very soon, I can assure you. Yeah, that's all, I think. So, got on long enough. So, I'll see you on the next video, whenever that might be. I just thought for today I'll do a few videos as I'm trying this on the camera stuff. And it's good practice for me as well. Like, I know it might, if you've watched the channel before and you're used to the whole POV thing, it might be slightly jarring, but I want to give some different things a go and see how it works out and stuff. So, hope you've enjoyed this ranking of the Alien franchise. My favourite's Aliens. Alien a close second at number 2, and then Prometheus a close third as well. I love Prometheus. Like, I'm crazy about Prometheus. It really is a spectacular movie. Very interesting subject matter. Love it, love it. Brilliant idea to incorporate as a prequel into the Alien franchise when they did it back in 2012. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.